Hi everybody, Fred Masterson with Hook and Barrel Magazine with you today. Today I'm on a special field trip. I'm at Silencer Central in South Dakota, and I'm here with Brian Mannix. Sir, it's an absolute pleasure to take a tour and see the facility. I was fortunate to be here a couple of years ago when you had the grand opening, but to watch how fast you've grown, and it is almost overwhelming. So first off, congratulations.
No, appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
You have a very unique business model. And I've written about this extensively, and yet I still get people ask me questions. Is that for real? So in a thumbnail sketch, how does it work? How do people buy a can from you?
Yeah, good question. So Silencer Central is essentially has federal farms licenses underneath our own name, our own employees in all 42 states where silencers are legal. We have had that since 2019. Before we started out more as like an events-based company, but as we worked more events, we realized that everyone wanted to benefit from sort of this network. But the way it works is Silencer Central headquarters in South Dakota will do all your paperwork. We call it the NFA paperwork, National Farms paperwork. And then once the feds approve that paperwork, our back end, so that would be our FFL, our Federal Farms licensee in the state the customer lives in, handles all the paperwork on the back end and then ships that silencer to the customer's front door. So there's a statute in the federal regulations that says that because no background check is required, you don't have to meet face-to-face. And since you don't have to meet face-to-face, you could do the 4473 through the mail. And so, it worked out really well, especially during COVID.
Yeah.
And I think that only got more momentum, but really our job is to continue to kind of get the message out there and hope more people jump on board.
Well, people are jumping on board. We got to look at your cage in the back of all the suppressors that have been sold and are awaiting their fresh homes. And I mean, it was like $80 million worth of suppressors back there. There's an ocean of suppressors. It is just overwhelming.
Yeah, and I'm honestly used to there being more out there, but the approvals are going through so much quicker.
Well, it is too, and I'm going to write about this later. So a follow up with that is that we talked extensively about some evolution at the ATF, and how they're helping move the ball forward. Love them or hate them, do what you like, but they're actually moving the ball forward.
Yeah.
Suppressor wise, you guys have always made exceptional suppressors, and I'm not trying to kiss up because it's the truth. I shoot a lot of cans, and I love the BANISH line.
Cool.
A can that I really fell in love with was the Speed K.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I really like that, and the first evolution was an Inconel, but now you have a new version of the Speed K.
Yeah, 100% titanium. So, the Inconel was the first one we launched because our goal was to run 30,000 rounds through it and make sure there's no problems, no wear and tear. Yeah, exactly. And we felt like the application, we created a partnership with Federal Premium Ammunition.
Yeah.
And they kind of came to us and said it would be for their law enforcement and military application. So we said, okay, Inconel is going to be the strongest, kind of a nickel type. It's even stronger than like a heat-treated stainless steel. Yeah. So the only limitation is it is a little heavy.
Yeah.
It's super quiet. It also helps with the blowback, also flash. But then to make one in all titanium, it's like you can't even feel it's there.
It is a ridiculously lighter. I mean, it is seriously lighter. And still have all the same benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much lighter can. And having been in the train on the LA side, it's going to be extremely popular.
Yeah, and one thing I probably didn't mention too much is the feedback we got from law enforcement is that as they're clearing rooms, they want it as short as possible.
Yeah. And
so that's why you see it short. But the other thing is most of the silencers that they were buying for law enforcement, they were having to cut their barrels off, register that gun as a short barrel rifle.
Yeah.
So now it's an NFA item, and they didn't have to pay a tax, obviously, being the government. Just the process of going through that paperwork and then putting the silencer on it was so long, it was hard to clear through the rooms. But getting something that adds significantly less length to the end, then they didn't have to cut the barrels down, turn them into SBR, so they could use the host weapons they currently have with no modifications. So the BANISH Speed K has been very popular.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, especially in smaller agencies, because I worked with a lot of small agencies that don't have the budget to create an SBR. They want a plug and play item, and the Speed K is the one.
Yeah.
So, once again, I sincerely appreciate your time. We had a fantastic tour. It's always a pleasure to meet you and visit your shop. Folks, if you have questions about anything, feel free to reach out to us. If you're looking for a can, there's one stop. I can just tell you that now. I'm not trying to, once again, not suck up, but I've been a kind of a fanboy because not only your process, but your products are exceptional as well.
Yeah. Oh, thanks so much.
My pleasure. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out, let me know. But until I see you again, stay safe.